onto another pair of incredible characters. They are chart-topping pop duo Rizzle Kicks. They've invited us along on a personal journey. They're getting behind the steering wheel.
Yes, Rizzle Kicks.
They're the UK's hottest new music duo, but now Rizzle Kicks are swapping tearing up the dance floor for tearing up the UK roads. Jordan Stevens and Harley Alexander Sewell are learning to drive. But rather than taking on months of lessons, they've got just 1 week to master staying in control of their cars.
Mirrors and clutch and positions and
They're not parallel to these ones in front, are they? That makes life so difficult.
And at the end of it all, they'll need to prove they've got the skills behind the wheel as they take on the challenge of a mock driving test.
Oh, no.
It's day one of the Rizzle's driving mission, and their first stop is a fun fair and a date with the Dodgems. And as far as driving goes, this is as good as they get.
I've never had lessons before, passing in 1 week. It just depends how intensive the course is.
I've never driven at anything faster than 10 miles an hour. There's every chance I could actually be quite a dangerous driver.
Radio 1 DJ Hugh Stevens has already failed his driving test twice, but is eager to pass before his wedding in a few weeks' time. Hugh got the Rizzles on board with this driving challenge.
Rizzle Kicks can do most things. They can sing, they can dance, they can rap. I think they should add driving to that list as well. A little bit of training, a bit of intense driving. We can learn to drive together.
I'm pretty excited. I mean, we've got quite a short time to learn.
Ultimately, I just want to be able to get from A to B and at any point just drive away and to be able to chill out without having to get a cab or a tube.
Dodgems are fun, but it's time for the boys to get some real wheels. This is a custom-designed driving school, and it's where Jordan and Harley's instructors will put them through intensive training.
The boys are going to have to be totally focused on what they're doing, and we need total concentration from them, so they're going to have to give it their best shot.
They haven't had a lot of experience before, so we're going to be expecting them to listen up carefully to us, understand what we're trying to teach them, and we'll see how they get on.
Lesson 1, driving basics. Driving a car is complicated because you have to learn how to do lots of things at the same time. You have to control the speed using the accelerator and brake pedals, control the car's movements with the steering wheel, and keep an eye out for other vehicles by using your mirrors and looking around you. That's called observation.
Observations all the way around, Jordan, just before you move off. Remember where we need to start looking from?
The mirror checking, I think that's where everyone slips up.
All the way from this side, Jordan.
Oh, from that side?
Yeah,
not this side.
so scan all the way around all the mirrors, and your last check's over your right shoulder.
So as Jordan works on his observation, Harley is trying to master the hardest part of driving, changing gear. If you've got a bike, you'll know that changing gear is as easy as flicking a switch, but in a car, it's much more complicated. You have to push a pedal called the clutch while you change gear, but if you take your foot off the clutch at the wrong time, the car's engine will stop. This is called stalling.
Just remember what you're going to do with the clutch. When you move off, what you're going to do with it.
Let it go slowly.
Yeah, good. Very steady.
Oh, no.
That's why you've got to let it go slow, you see.
I stalled in the last minute of driving.
Harley's not happy, but are the instructors pleased with the boys' first attempt at driving?
Had a couple of hiccups, obviously. Everyone does with driving, and you learn from things.
Jordan done really well, considering the amount of time I actually spent in the car. He picked it up very, very quickly.
After the stress of their first real driving lesson, the boys decide to unwind with a friendly go-karting race. Hugh has invited some of his Radio 1 mates, including DJs Tom Deacon and Reggie Yates, to join the fun. With no gears or mirrors to worry about, the boys are in their element.
Champion! Champion! I've got third place at least.
Jordan and Harley are smiling now, but their mock driving test is only days away, and they've still got a lot to learn. Lesson 2, manoeuvres. For their final lesson, the boys are learning the 3 essential driving manoeuvres that feature in the test. A 3-point turn in the road, reversing around a corner, and the most difficult manoeuvre of all, the parallel park. 3 out of the top 10 reasons for failing a driving test are a lack of observation and accuracy during these manoeuvres, so the Rizzles better pay attention.
Take it slowly. You know, it's obviously better to be safe than sorry.
Back towards me then, mate, back towards me. That's it, that's nice, look at that.
There's a lot of things to think about when you're like doing manoeuvres.
So, is that reverse? Nope. Let's check again, that's it.
Like where your wheels are and like steering and looking back.
Stop about it now. That, mate, is bang on.
Yeah.
Nice one. I love it.
Not bad for a first attempt, but the big question is, can they repeat the success on test day?
We've got the mock tomorrow and I don't think I'll do very well.
I'm quietly confident. I just need to make sure that I don't get ahead of myself and I just go through the motions slowly and safely.
They've had just 2 days to learn everything they need to know for their test, but will it be enough to pass?
Stay tuned to find out how the boys get on a bit later on.
Now though, it is time to find out how Rizzle Kicks got on with their driving challenge. Did they pass or did they fail? Pop Sensations Rizzle Kicks have swapped the stage for the steering wheel.
The mirror checking, I think that's where everyone slips up.
I stalled in the last minute of driving.
In just a few days, they've gone from driving novices to learning as much as they can about controlling a car. But now it's crunch time. Will they pass or fail their mock driving test?
I think often with performances that we do, it's like you get nerves, but you can kind of turn it into excitement, and I want to try and do the same thing with driving.
One thing I'm most worried about is just checking like my mirrors all the time. I just forget every time. I reckon I've got a good chance, but I just have to wait and see.
The mock test will take place under real exam conditions, with the Rizzles instructors as their examiners.
It's just like a test scenario. They will be under pressure.
I do mark hard. I do like my pupils to make sure they know what they're doing and show a good degree of skill when it comes to the driving.
In the driving test, there are 2 categories of mistakes, major and minor. You can pass the test with up to 15 minor mistakes, but make 1 major mistake and it's an instant fail. Harley is first up.
When you're ready, you want to start us up?
Sorry.
And it's instantly all over. Harley was worried about looking in his mirror, but he actually forgot to look over his shoulder for other vehicles. A major driving error. Next up, bandmate Jordan. Will he remember the over-the-shoulder observation?
So in your own time, you may start your test.
Oh no! Jordan has made exactly the same mistake as Harley, and just like his bandmate, he still has to carry on until the end of the test with no clue he's failed.
Everything on the sheet that we're being assessed on, I know I can do. And any time I slipped up was kind of just like a little mistake. I don't think I did anything major.
Jordan is positive, but Harley has seen the writing on the wall.
The first thing I forgot to do, like as soon as I drive, was do my 5-point check.
Time for the results.
Well, good drives in general, guys. Unfortunately, you have failed your mock driving test. Harley, you did fail on moving off safely.
Jordan, just observations.
Right, OK.
So we failed, but I think it's a positive fail.
I'm quite pleased that that was the only thing I picked up on was observation.
They might not have passed, but with a few more lessons, their instructors think they could be great drivers.
Just to get round the course with no instruction at all is fantastic.
Such a short space of time, they should be very proud of themselves to do what they've done.
They've learnt all the basics to become really safe drivers, and they've got the foundations they need now to go on to on-road lessons.
You know what the boys did...